The time is just gone 9:34 a.m. and it's a time of the year where we start thinking about taxes. We start thinking about tax planning because we know comes the end of February, it is the end of the tax year. And it is also a time of the year where we can sit back, we can look, and we can actually plan in terms of what we need to do as far as taxes are concerned, particularly looking at savings as far as taxes are concerned. And because the last thing anybody needs is you submit your return and you find that you've got this huge amount where you could have possibly saved a fair amount of tax legally. And we're talking this morning with Ammanah Islamic Financial Solutions, and we're joined on the line by Ahmed Amanji. Ahmed, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Juma Mubarak to you, and welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Juma Mubarak to you, Inayat, and the listeners as well. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are obviously looking at financial advice and what makes sense, because I know we are living through difficult times, and whatever you can save, whatever you don't want to give to the tax man, it is a time of the year where you can actually do some planning, Ahmed.
No, 100%. We're nearing the end of February, and we all, like you said, we all know that it's the time where our tax year is ending, and there's a lot of things that can be done in order for you to benefit from this year-end tax year.
Right, Ahmed. Now, I know we're on the 5th of February, so we've got basically like just over 3 weeks to actually do some planning, to do some soul searching, to do some thinking. What are some of the considerations, Ahmed?
Yes, no, of course. So definitely the first and foremost, because we're nearing the end of this tax year, we all need to look at how much we can benefit from it. So number one being, you get every single year, you can put away a maximum of 27.5% of your taxable salary into a retirement annuity. So, and that would be a capped at 350,000 Rand. So if you haven't reached that mark as yet, and you still have some, and you've got a lump sum that you can put into your retirement annuity at this time, it would be great for you to do that. And a lot of people think that if you're gonna be spending more and putting more into your retirement annuity, you've got less money to spend every single month, which is not the case. Because if you put in away more to your retirement, at the end of the year, you're getting back more from the taxman.
Ahmed, let's just clarify this. So now, say I've got 200,000 Rand that I've stashed away into a retirement and you went or into a pension fund. So I've got opportunity for a further 150,000 for this particular tax year, and irrespective of what I put away in previous years.
100%. So each and every year, you've got a maximum of 350,000 Rand that you can put away during the course of the year for your retirement. So if you put away 200,000 Rand, and well, you're lucky, Nayat, if you've got 150,000 Rand at this time, is put that money away, and you're going to benefit from it, because come end of the year, you can claim back 27.5% of your tax that you paid for the entire year.
Yes. Now, but one thing I think generally we don't seem to focus on much is on tax planning. And I think this is important for people to understand that legally at this point in time, there are opportunities. But the key issue here is about making sure you know exactly what the status of your taxes are at this point in time, and what you would like to basically achieve. And this is important from a tax planning perspective, and also talking to the right people, because sometimes we find that, people obviously do their own thing. In other instances, they possibly may have an accountant or two doing their work on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to pure tax planning, this is absolutely critical, because we know life is not getting easier. The taxman is getting smarter as well, but also the taxpayer needs to be smart enough as well.
100%, 100%. So you need to take into account when you're doing your tax planning and see where we're going to save from that. So if I give you a quick example, if you look at the average income earner in South Africa, around about 25,000 Rand salary a month, if you're not contributing anything towards your retirement, so you don't have a retirement annuity, you're not part of a pension fund or anything like that through your employer, your tax on 25,000 Rand is about 3,880 Rand. Whereas if you contribute in 15% of your taxable income towards your retirement, on the same salary, your tax then becomes 2,905 Rand. So you can see there's a big difference in how much you pay in tax. And then if you go into the full bracket where you contribute in 27.5% on a monthly basis, your tax drops all the way down to 2,093 rand. So it's a saving of 1,800 rand just on tax. And then come at the end of the year, when you claim back from SARS, you can claim back 27.5% from them as well.
Ahmed, now I know we're talking about retirement and retirement annuities, and at this point in time, looking at where we are from a market perspective and looking at retirement annuity as an option in terms of your money sitting in retirement annuity funds at this point in time, what is just a general situation as far as retirement annuities in terms of the market, in terms of performance as well, and how are they generally doing?
So look, in terms of how a retirement annuity is structured, it because it's structured in such a good way, and you're going to be saving for such a long period of time, whatever the market is doing at the moment. So, for example, this COVID hit and the markets were not doing very good. That money is being invested in a more moderately conservative manner, so that it's not so aggressive where you're going to lose any money, but it's in a moderately conservative manner. And the Sharia funds that we've invested into, Alhamdulillah, they're doing quite well. You're getting returns of about 6 to 8% per annum on the retirement annuity. Like I said, it's a more conservative fund, and that's how you need to plan for retirement. Is more conservatively, and you can't risk now losing your money and put it into aggressive funds. That wouldn't be good planning.
Well, exactly, because we are talking long term. So if somebody is like 40 years old, he's not going to like retire in the next year or so. It's going to be over a period of time, a long period of time.
100%. And then also, you just need to remember that the sooner that somebody starts with their retirement annuity, the much better. It shows statistics show a big difference. Like, for example, if you start saving for your retirement at age 25 compared to age 30, come retirement age, you'll have an extra plus minus 1.5 million rand extra if you start at 25, whereas if you start at 30, you'll be at 1.5 million rand less. There's a
Right.
big difference in the amount of money that you save.
Right. Now, besides retirement annuity, are there any other options from a tax planning perspective that somebody can look at immediately?
There is, like I think in our previous interview that we had, I did also mention that we've got your tax-free savings investments. So on your tax-free savings investments, there they allow you to invest 36,000 rand per year to a maximum of 500,000 rand in a lifetime. So that's also great because you're putting that money away and there's absolutely no capital gains tax on it. There's no tax that you pay on any returns that you get or anything like that. At the same time, you then get policies such as endowment policies. There is tax payable on that. However, it's at a much lower rate than as per normal.
Okay. Now, just looking at some of the services that we are talking about as far as Amana is concerned and providing these type of services, support and assistance to people who are interested in taking advantage of the situation at this time of the year.
So, Amana is we are financial advisors, so we do the full range of all the products. We will plan your tax for you. We will do the planning on your financial needs analysis. We do your investments. We do your medical aid. Also, medical aid, there's tax benefits to it. I know we have spoken about it in the past. And another thing is going forward for the next year. Just a reminder to all your listeners is to keep all your slips and all your invoices that medical aid hasn't paid for in the past. So if they haven't paid for something and you're on a medical aid, keep that slip, submit it to the medical aid, even if they're not going to pay it. Because come at the end of the year, like now, they will send you a tax certificate. When you get the tax certificate, it will show you all the things that the medical aid hasn't paid for, and that's what you can then send to SARS and claim back on your tax as well.
Yes.
So Amana assists with all of these issues for the clients.
Yes, I think one of the observations in the last year has been particularly for people that have submitted the tax return, and we've seen SARS, delaying and sometimes even a reluctance to pay out. And we've heard this time and again from taxpayers with, SARS continuously requesting information, requesting supporting documentation. Sometimes the documentation is asked more than once, even two, three times. And what you're saying is very, very important. And this is sometimes, we become negligent. You go to a pharmacy, you buy something, you go to a doctor, or whatever it is, and you are negligent and you don't keep these slips. And this is important because I think with SARS, looking at the systems, looking at where they are at this point in time, they are tightening up. in terms of controls, in terms of refunds as well. So this is absolutely important for people not to be negligent and to make sure that you keep each and every piece of document that you can legitimately claim for.
100%. So that this is the time of the year that you need to sit with a financial advisor and also sit with an accountant for that matter. You get these guys that the tax consultants, the accountants that do assist with it. As a financial advisor, we can sit with you and we can tell you this is what you need to keep away. This is what you need to make sure that you have put aside so that come end of the year you can say have all of these documents submitted to SARS. There's a lot of things that you can look into in saving on your tax at come end of the year.
Yes, and just Ahmed, people wanting to get in touch with you or Amana Islamic Financial Solutions, who do they need to contact?
You can contact us on our office line. It's 011-837-7865. You can just go onto our website as well and request for us to give you a call back.
Well, Ahmed, Jazakallah so much for that. Have yourself a wonderful Jummah, inshallah. A Jummah that will keep you inspired, inshallah. Allah keep you safe. And remember us in your du'as, as we will of you as well, and everybody else at Amana Islamic Financial Solutions. Jazakallah so much for your time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Barakallah, Jazakallah for having us. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
Ahmed Amanji joining us this morning. Financial year end coming up. Tax benefits, savings. These are all things we need to start thinking about.